Hi everybody, I'm Father Paul Grady, and many years ago now, in 1997, I went as a young person for the first time to Lourdes with Coach 4. That was a couple of lifetimes ago, it feels like. But Ben McMullen was the coach leader, Chris Higgins was on the staff team. I think it was just before Christine started, but there was Anne-Marie Harrison, and obviously Father Sean, of course, was there. He's been there since the year dot. But I'll never forget that first year I went with Coach 4. I went with just one or two people I knew. In fact, I think only one I knew very well. And got on a coach. Terrified. I was 15. I was in year 10 at high school, going into year 11. And got on the coach not knowing what to expect. But very, very quickly, I really got into the feel of it, and something resonated deep within me as I made new friends, and indeed friends for life. There was a group of 4 or 5 of us that met in that first year that came back year in, year out. In fact, I did 5 years anyway on Coach 4 with these friends, and since Lourdes, and we've all grown up, got a bit older, we've helped out at each other's weddings, either as best men. I've been fortunate to do the wedding and assist at the wedding of another of that group of friends. Quite a privilege, really. After my time on Coach 4, I went up to what was then called the Plain team, now the St Bernadette team, and I did a year with them. Then moved on to hospitality for a year. Then, for various reasons, I had a couple of years out of Lourdes, and then returned once I started training to be a priest, and was asked to go as staff on Coach 5. Went with them for 5 years, with Coach 6 for 1 more year, and then took on my role as Director of Music with the Lourdes Music Group for 7 years, that was. So it's incredible that Lourdes is so much part of my story. This morning at Mass, I've been reflecting in the homily about what Lourdes means to me, and I always remember it was difficult coming home, trying to connect our experience of joy and of faith in that place in the south of France and on the coach, and bring that back home, because our parishes are so different to our experience in Lourdes. But it is a joy to be in God's presence, because just like in the Gospel today, where Jesus is talking about the kingdom of heaven being like a treasure, where we have to invest ourselves to find it and to achieve it within ourselves, that's what you do in the youth especially. You invest of yourselves in the community of the coach, the community of the pilgrimage, and in the service of our pilgrims. It's a wonderful starter on life's journey, and I'm sure whether it's 1 year or 5 years or 20 years that you end up going to Lourdes, the experience will inspire you to find what God's calls for you. Certainly did for me. I remember, I think it was in 99, 2000, started having stirrings about vocation, which happened in Lourdes. And thanks to several people on that pilgrimage, including some priests, I was encouraged over the following years to follow that vocation. And I can name dozens of people that have found their vocation, whether it's as a teacher, as a priest, as a deacon, as a nurse, anything really. They've found their vocation often in that place, asking for Our Lady's help. So one of the phrases you see, the hashtag that Anthony uses a lot, is C4 for life, Coach 4 for life. And it certainly is. Might have been 20 years or so since I was last on the coach, but it's still very much part of my life, because the friends I've made are still with me, and the people that I met are still part of my life story, especially those that still go to Lourdes. So I ask you to pray for each other and to continue in the great tradition, especially singing the songs that I think myself, John Berry and Anthony Malone sort of started under Anthony's supervision, of course. Things like Sit Down and various other ones. Enjoy the music, find your friends for life, find your faith, find your confidence and the person that God's called you to be. Our Lady of Lourdes, pray for us. Saint Bernadette, pray for us. Thanks everyone. God bless. Bye-bye.